Hi, water signs. This is Singaya Nikki Watson with SPC Consulting, and this is a reading for you for June 2023. So, last week I actually had a reading for you guys. I had pulled cards, I sat on them for a couple days because I really did not like the energy. Energy was very egoish, very trapped, stagnant, really negative, and I know that not all water signs are going through that. I will more than likely upload that reading as well as this one. So it's a comparative, but I will say I've already pulled the cards and everything. They've been shuffled. I prayed over everything. And it's pretty much kind of like the same thing, continuation of that same energy. So I find that to be a little bit shocking. In my own personal life, I have a son that is a water sign. And so I know that he's going through transition. He's growing up, he's a little boy. And he's going, you reach that age and then you kind of go into that preteen stage. So there's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings with that. I know he's experiencing. And because he is a water sign, I know to just flow with him like water does. So that's what I'm doing. I feel like you guys may be flowing, but the way that you're flowing is, it's like, it's not cohesive with the environment with water that you're in. I do feel that there may be some trappings. I do feel you may feel a little bit. The title of that reading was I'm looking in the mirror, and am I seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing my ego. So I'm thinking that maybe you're looking at yourself kind of thinking, is this really me? Is this what I'm really going through? Am I really putting up with this? And I think maybe you're looking in the mirror and you're putting yourself together every day and you see yourself in the mirror, but you're not seeing yourself. You feel very, I don't know, maybe reflectively sad. You might even be experiencing some karma. If you've dished out anything negative, you're getting it back. So don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. You could be going through that right now. But I do sense a lot of transition, even transformation. Summer is sometimes the time when we go through what we call the dark nights of the soul. And everybody says that can happen a lot of times, but sometimes it's in those bright times, that it happens where the group of people that you're around, the job you're in, the relationship you're in, it just feels like it's like dark and stagnant. And literally, you are going to have to push through this and pull out of it. But enough of that. Let's get into the cards. So I picked up for the first card, it was the Emperor in reverse, which I feel is definitely your energy. There is a stubbornness, there is a lack of discipline, there's a recklessness. But I do think that Emperor in reverse, that was kind of like the past energy that has led you up into the energy that you're in right now. It is an energy, an Emperor reverse is someone, even your money could be a little bit slow right now, slower than usual. Your creativity, your ideas. When I see an Emperor in reverse, I think of, because an emperor is a man, who sits on the throne. And believe me, this could go, to women too, of course, or anybody, in masculine, feminine energy. But if you think about an emperor sitting on their throne, they are in control, they are balanced, they are wise, they've learned lessons in life, they are good, their energy, you have a strength, a thing about you. But in reverse, it's kind of like, I'm just going to be real. In reverse, an emperor in reverse is kind of like, I don't want to even say like a pauper, but kind of like, how a vampire gets its victim after they've drained their blood and sucked everything out, and it's just like a corpse, there's nothing left. That's how I see the Emperor in reverse. So you may be feeling like that. I'm just going through the emotions time and time again. You may be going through that. The next card out was the High Priestess. And again, this is in reverse. High Priestess in reverse is secrets, confusion, blocked intuition, and hidden motives. I feel like you are surrounded by people that are like this, and I think you've kept secrets. You've created experience and journeys with people that haven't been for your best and highest good. So you have these secrets, and they have secrets, and there's a lot of stubbornness, there's a lot of backbiting, there's a lot of gossiping, a lot of sharing of things, a lot of reflection maybe on activities and behaviors that again are, they're so dark, they're so secretive, and it's coming back. You might even be reflecting over the past like 5 years of your life at some things that you might have done that weren't for your best and highest good, things you've done to people, and maybe you're experiencing the karma of that, just in reflecting it. I also see the High Priestess in reverse, when they talk about the lack of intuition. You could feel, like I said, like a vampire's victim, where you have no intuition anymore. You feel just kind of like dead inside, sour inside. You might even, you don't know where to go, where you're going, what's happening. And you might, where you once maybe have felt, my voice, may have felt like, okay, I'm a leader, I'm strong. You may not be looking like that anymore. Next card, we have the Knight of Wands. The King of Wands, but again, in reverse as well. King of Wands in reverse, that's forceful, vicious, powerless. Weak factor. The people around you have become weak. The people around you have made you weak. The relationships around you, these secrets, all of this stuff has just, I think it has kind of covered you, smothered you. And you are feeling, how would I say, like a prisoner of an ongoing war. And I don't think this is any kind of regular war. I think this is like a spiritual battle of good and evil, dark and even darkerness. That's what I think this is. And you are going through it. The next card was the Seven of Pentacles, and this was upright, the only card that was upright. And that's rewards, patience, and things like that. Now, I'm hoping that if you are coming out of the dark night of the soul, as they say, or transition, this may be what you're at, where you're kind of, reflecting, you're kind of getting some rewards. You're kind of like, hey, I've learned patience. Like you recognize, hey, I've come out of darkness. I'm not participating in negative activities and negative relationships anymore. I'm going to patiently wait, for the next journey, for the next stop, for the next relationship. I'm going to progress. That could be also you coming out of this, going into that. I also think that you're kind of reflecting on what you should have put in, maybe what you should have invested in. Like I said, if you're going kind of through this karmic thing, you might be like, all right, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Or maybe I kind of didn't go through all of the lessons that I should have. And so I'm going to repeat some of them. That could be going on for you as well. Last card. And this is so sad. This is a Queen of Swords, but it's in reverse. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, because a queen that holds her sword up, she's got boundaries set in place. She knows, what to do, how to follow through. But in reverse, a Queen of Swords is kind of pessimistic. A Queen of Swords can be spiteful and also not talk very well of others. She's a sword. A sword, we cut with words. And that's what this is in reverse. I feel like either you did this and you're getting it back, or people are doing this to you because you are not falling in line with how they want you to be, their plans for you. So people could be doing this to you because they're seeing the changes in you. They don't like it. And they're like, we have to keep this person down. And you may be like, I would never have that happen to me, or I would never be a part of that. People would never do that to me. I will tell you, even family can do that to you, and it could simply be some criticism, some judgment. And, family knows our inner child. They know, things about us because sometimes they have been the ones to, put that there where we need to be healed. It's been an experience with a family member. So they can kind of they know to trigger us with that word or with that judgment, or saying, well, you used to be this way, or, you've gotten a little bit fatter, or you've got, it could be anything like that. And it's like a trigger. So I do think that if you are not falling in line with how people expect you to be or the way they want you to be, they could be talking about you behind your back, literally like cursing you behind your back. So be wary of that. From my own deck, some cards came out, and those cards were physical or spiritual jail. I do believe that some of you are experiencing this. And if it's for something that you did to someone in the past, really, repent and confess of that. Even if you're not doing that to that person, forgive yourself, forgive the person, and connect with the divine through meditation, through prayers, so that you can be released and you can start all over again. I do think that people can get out of physical and spiritual jail with grace. So ask for grace. The next card that came out, keeping money secrets. I do believe that there are some secrets in regards to finances and money around you. This could also involve an inheritance. It could also involve property where your family is keeping that from you. Sorry, my hearing. Your family is keeping that from you, and or they're trying to keep you in line so that they are able to manipulate how your money, your own money, is going to be spent, how your property is going to be handled. So you definitely might feel trapped by that and by them because you feel some kind of bound, like you're bound to that, but know that you're not. So check that and get your money straight, get your property straight, put up those boundaries and let them know it's mine. I'm going to, do with it and be led and guided as I please, not under you. Next card, keep this relationship platonic. Now, this could be, a romantic thing with somebody you're with, and you need to keep it platonic, and you know that you should have done that from the start, and this person might have led you up to where you're at now. If you're in some kind of physical or spiritual jail, or you feel trapped, you should have kept the relationship platonic. You are going to have to fight hard to get away from this person, and to keep it platonic. For some of you, children are involved. Go through the court system, pay your child support, set up the boundaries in place so that you can be a positive co-parent with someone who's toxic. That's not easy to do, but no matter what, you need to keep certain relationships platonic, and you need to set up those boundaries and let people know this is platonic. Even with family, if you feel like they've stolen from you, they've backstabbed you, that's malicious, you find out about it, them gossiping or whatever, you need to let them know, like, these are my boundaries, this is who I am, I'm not putting up with this, as you come out of. Next card, they ain't it for you. There is a group of people, there is a person, there could even be family members. It could even be a job that is not it for you anymore. It's time to let it go. It really is. Some angel messages that I got were, be assertive. It's time for you water signs to be assertive. It's time for you to step up. If you want to change, if you want to get out of feeling trapped, get out of, relationships and systems that aren't good for you, be assertive and do it. Follow through, create a plan of action. Next card out, if you do, big happy changes. You're going to see those big happy changes that are going to transform your life. I tell you, there is nothing like prayer, affirmations, meditations for mindset change when you're going through the dark night of the soul, when you're going through a lot of other trials and tribulations. There's nothing like prayers, affirmations, and meditations to help you get out of that, to uplift you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So do that so you can get those big happy changes. And when you do move in silence, because you don't want these people to continue stopping you or speaking over your new change. So move in silence, speak in silence, keep your plans between you and your creator. Last card, ask your angels. God, ask your angels for help. At this point, you can't do it on your own. You can sit up there, you can say, well, I'm a soldier and I'm like this and I'm strong. You could be telling yourself that, but know the truth. You cannot do it alone. Sometimes we really do need to say that prayer and ask for help. Sometimes we really do need to go outside and cry and scream and ask for help. We need to be vulnerable. And so water signs, I hope that you can do that. I know that sometimes, because water signs are like water, they flow. I know that sometimes their emotions, especially like with Pisces, they can be so deep. You would never know looking on the outside that this person is so deep with their emotions. Water signs like to hide their emotions. They can be stubborn. It can also be a little bit manipulative at times to make things go, when they do act out, with their emotions. But those deep emotions that you're holding within, let them out. Let them out. Cry if you need. If you need a hug, get a hug. I hope that within the next couple of weeks, especially going into July water signs, if any of you are going through anything negative, I pray that you experience healing. I pray that you experience transition and grace and redemption, and that you're restored even more better in all ways, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, at the highest point than you are now. And I just pray goodness, and I send love and light to you. This has been your reading. This is Sengaya Watson with SPC Consulting. I'm on all social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, as Sengaya Nikki Watson SPC or Sengaya Watson SPC. I thank you for listening to this reading. Again, sending you all the best, and love and light to you. Bye.